All right, welcome to the Sunroom.
Okay.
In the Sunroom, we talk about the nature of existence itself, the nature of self itself. My name is Eric Ross. I have with me my friend Sean Tucker and my friend Jeff Korber. And today we have a topic of your mind has been, what do we say, torturing you? What word are we going to use? Beating you senseless your entire life?
Yes.
How long are you going to let that happen? How long are you going to let that go on? Are you just going to continue throughout your life? And just to not bury the lead, this is exactly what they've been talking about in the spiritual teachings for millennia. But we're going to talk about it in a little bit more common terms, because these spiritual teachers who've been teaching things, they didn't have a all access pass to God, and we are just, these humble humans that don't get that. We only have to listen to them. We have that same access.
Yes.
We're human beings under God, we'll go with. And this is who you are. We're getting to the nature of self. And I think cutting to the core of it is your mind has been beating you senselessly your entire life. There's not one person I've said this to that hasn't gone, yeah.
Yes.
It can relate to this.
Yes.
How long are you going to let this go on?
It seems to be forever until you decide that it is just unbearable. It's almost like waiting to go to the hospital before you realize you need stitches. I mean, when are you going to go get stitches? And it all starts with help, and having that type of help in your life where somebody has been through it and now they have overcame it and they can relate to everything that you're telling them. So now they can give you some answers on what to do to help you get through what you need to go through.
You said your mind has been beating yourself senseless your entire life. Those are your key words. That's your key.
Beating you up. Yeah.
This is our key topic that we're discussing.
Yes.
Yeah, like a battered spouse. You just let it go on and on and on and on. And you don't do nothing about it. How long are you going to let that go on?
Creatures of habit.
You let your mind treat you like you wouldn't treat anybody. We want to live a
different way. We want a different change in our life because change happens constantly. We say constantly changes life. Constantly change. Constantly happens.
The only thing constant is change. Sure.
The only thing constant is change. Okay. So how are we letting ourselves beat ourselves up over and over again if stuff's changing constantly around us? What makes us want to stay in this predicament that we're in? What makes a spouse want to stay there in that relationship? What makes you want to keep going to work and getting a paycheck and you're on this budget and none of that wants to change. The stuff you want to change stays the same. Then the stuff that you don't want to change changes. Like I change my shirts at work 3 times a day because it's so hot out and the sweat and the dirt, I wish I could change my circumstances 3 times a day. I mean, I can. They say I can. You can do anything. You're capable of doing anything. So let's, hear how. How can we stop the madness? How can we stop the beating senseless of our mind, without having alter our mind without the mind altering substances, for positive change. So we're not beating ourselves senseless. Stop putting yourself in a predicaments. And then sometimes you're in a predicament that you didn't put yourself into. You just walked into I'm in this situation now. I didn't put myself here. Not here in the sunroom. Of course, I put myself here in the sunroom. This is what I like doing. But I'm saying in some situations, you kind of just walk into it. Now you're in the middle of this situation, and your mind is getting beat up along with the issue at hand. You following me
Yeah.
at all? Sean?
Who are you?
And what are you doing here?
Same name.
Oh, those are the questions. Who are we, and what are we doing here? I'm Jeff Korber, and I'm in the Sunroom with Eric, and, for the third time, introducing myself. You guys all know me, and the nature of existence is what our subjects is we're talking about, if you just tuned in. Nature of existence, your mind has been beating you senseless your entire life. There's spiritual teachings, they have the way they have taught us for thousands of years. There's got to be some enlightenment at the end of it all, at the end of the time. I mean, they're not just telling us certain ways to better ourselves, and through thousands of years we have all grown together to better ourselves as a human existence and to learn from it. The book's right in front of you. Read it, follow it, do it, become part of it, And it's an easy road to do. You just have to relax, find peace within yourself.
Let me tell you something. Here in the sunroom, nothing that we talk about is going to be easy to do, because my mind does it to me every day. And you can go read the best book, and it has been an everyday battle for me to look within and to really find the underlying issues of why I think the way that I think. And normally, whenever you have that first thought, sometimes whenever you're in a debate in your mind, it's normally wrong. You always want to go to the second and third thought and think things through and never act on impulse. Because when we act on impulse, we put ourselves in really sticky situations that sometimes is very hard to come off of. I mean, what do you think about that, Eric? Like impulse acting, which is leading to, from our minds, torturing ourselves. So we act out in violence, or we act out in depression, and we overeat, we oversleep, we overthink.
Well, I'd like to set the stage a little bit and say that, how do we do this? How do we do this? We're talking about the mind. I have not met someone yet that hasn't been able to relate to how long you're going to let the mind beat you up. And so, like Sean's saying about it may feel foreign or difficult. In a way, I think that's absolutely true. And in a way, I would say that it only feels difficult because of your mind. Because what we're pointing at is a natural state of being. And the natural state of being who is self would be synonymous with rest, with peace, with contentment, with an emptiness, with an understanding, with compassion. And this is possible when you simply shut off the thoughts. And the difficult part of that is because we've become so identified with our thoughts. We use the word identified to say, this is who I am. This is my identity. I'm Eric Ross. I'm a man. I'm such and such an age. I live here. I do this. I'm married to this person. I have these children. Whatever.
Which is okay.
Our identity.
Which is okay. It keeps you grounded. It identifies you so you're not just like the other person. That's that guy that does these bad things, that thinks these bad ways, that acts out in this way. It keeps you grounded on who you are. So having some identity, I think, is a good thing. A lot of people are scared to try new things. So that's a reason, one of the main reasons is why they keep beating themselves up on the daily with their mind. Their mind is telling them, don't try this new thing. You might not like it. So your body's scared. so you run away, you fight. It's going to be a fight or it's going to be a flight, fight or flight. You're either going to run away or you're going to stay and fight and have to deal with this situation. So your mind, you're going to have to deal with these thoughts. You're going to have to deal with this new way of thinking. And your mind's telling you, no, I kind of like the old way of thinking because it's not really, I'm living, I'm eating, I'm breathing, I can handle it. So I really don't I'm just a little beating up my mind, but I've been dealing with it this long, and I think, maybe I could just change it around a little bit, switch some things around, and maybe it'll work out again. So I'm going to give it another try. Mind, you're okay. Just keep thinking the way you're thinking, the beaten up, senseless part, I'm just going to have to deal with it, and if I could tweak this or tweak that, I don't want no big changes coming on. It might be too much at once, and I'm not ready for it.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. What do you got?
Why do you think you wouldn't be ready for it?
Wait, what?
Jeff? Yeah.
Wouldn't be ready for
that
what?
was really interesting how he said that. Like there's a lot of changes going on and maybe he's not ready for it. But then when will you be ready for it? Because when he brought up your identity and that keeps you grounded, how do you know what keeps him grounded? You don't live in his mind. You don't live in his body. You don't know what keeps him grounded.
Everybody's identity keeps themselves grounded is a general statement.
You do have to talk into the mic or we can't hear you.
Well, I thought everybody's identity,
hopefully by next week we'll have 3 mics.
He was saying something about identity, letting your identity go and don't let your mind take control of that part. I see where you're coming on a twisted level, but you need your identity.
Why?
Because that's who you are.
Yeah.
That's yourself.
Why?
That makes you different.
Who are you?
I am Jeff.
Who is Jeff?
Jeff is a man. Jeff is a man that does great things. And Jeff believes in good things to happen and good things to come. And Jeff works hard to better himself and help others.
What is working hard?
Okay? That working hard with my mind to help others,
And how in your mind is that working hard?
How in my mind is working? Because I'm always thinking of better ways to either volunteer. I am.
Who are you?
My mind. Jeff, my identity, the one who's grounded.
Okay. But the observer,
we
talked in the one session.
Yeah, the observer.
Who is in you?
The one watching.
You to think all these other things because you can be happy,
well,
you can be sad. It's like
it's not an ego identity issue, okay? But what it is it's me, the outer me, the spiritual me is watching grounded Jeff without being schizophrenic.
Wait,
it's
the spiritual you is a different
it's
being?
the same me with a different. It's got a different. It can't really come out to other people and talk. It's the one that tells myself this is the way you should, introduce yourself. This is the way you could control yourself. It's not letting anybody else know about it.
But you are
it's
not
a
the
secret.
spiritual you. You're the person
I'm
you.
the spiritual me, but the part of me, the spiritual me can't come out and let people know, hey, I got this other part of me that tells me how to act, how to be polite, how to, use manners, stuff like that, It helped me along the way. It's like a different, you can't see it. It is me. It's just a different part of me.
I can't hear you.
Okay.
You're off.
That stays in some type of, I don't want to say secret, but yeah, I'm off too.
How about that?
How about now? Yeah, that's better.
We're having technical
difficulties.
I can hear
You can't hear nothing?
You can't hear anything?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? No.
How about me? Can you hear me?
No.
Yeah.
Is your
Oh, you're stepping on
No, I'm not.
is Is it plugged in?
No, I can take the mic over. While
Yo,
you figure that out.
yo. Yeah, talk.
So, like I'm saying, while he figures out his microphone situation, the spiritual me is me, okay? But it's not letting other people know me.
That mic's not on.
This mic is on loud and clear.
It's not.
Yes, it is. Now it's off.
But it's yours.
No, it hasn't. I can hear myself when it talks sometimes.
Yeah, because you got your own ears and your own voice.
No, come
How
on,
about
man.
that?
I
Can
know
you
what
hear?
I'm... We might have to switch mics, switch headphones,
How about
or
that?
take a commercial break.
There you go.
Smack that.
Puts a little spike in the meter that you can see and line up.
Welcome to the Sunroom, Jeff. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that, you get messed with a lot. And, I can see that you're a great guy, man. And you have a lot of knowledge. And, we all are here to help everybody. Because if I can just help one person out of 1,000 people who've watched this video.
I'm sorry, I'm not even sure my shit was recording at all.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm pretty sure my microphone was unplugged.
Really?
Yeah.
The whole time?
Yeah.
No,
Oh my God.
With your headphones.
I heard myself. Oh yeah, that's right. You would be able to. So of course I heard myself.
Did you?
Yeah.
Hey, where's your headphones at?
I don't have them right now. I gave you mine,
Oh, okay.
Let's tighten
which is
up.
fine. Yeah. We'll get this tightened up over time.
You guys good?
Yeah.
So,
It's like a construction job. You don't have everything squared away
Go to the trailer and go
first
get it.
day.
it's like,
Nature
what?
of existence, your mind been beating you up senseless your entire life. You have a spiritual you and a regular you, and one says one and one says another. Yeah, imagine that.
But it's like, where do those thoughts come from?
The same.
Who? Okay, wait.
It's collective data from everything.
Who
It's where the
collected it?
thoughts are coming
Another
from.
Jeff?
It's me
Another Jeff
hashing
collected it?
all out. No, it's the same guy.
No, another
Collecting
Jeff.
all the data and experience
Who's the same
throughout
guy?
my life
Who?
and hashing it all out.
The only thing about this is we can't hear Jeff right now. Can you hear him?
What it is
This is
collecting
why I'm making
data.
you guys pass a microphone.
It's collecting
So only one of you
data.
talks at the phone.
I mean,
three would be crazy.
This is all right. We can do this. We can use this for the outtakes. So
Yes.
I can reintroduce just in case. This is the Sunroom, and this is my good my name is Eric Ross, and this is my good friend Sean Tucker,
hi, Sean.
and my good friend Jeff Korber,
Right here.
right here. And today we're talking about your mind has been beating you senseless your entire life. Has been beating you up your entire life in a way that you would never treat anybody else, and you continue to let it do that.
Glutton for punishment.
A glutton for punishment. How long are you going to go? Before you put that to an end?
Yes.
And this is the key to what spiritual teachers have been teaching for millennia, for thousands of years. Is the key to finding yourself is letting go of the mind. Letting not so much that your thoughts will go away, but they won't claw into you anymore. You'll see them for what they are. They're not you.
Right.
And that might be hard to take, is that your thoughts are not you. That's a difficult thing to wrap your head around. But if you'll see is even though your thoughts change, you can look at them, which you looking at them indicates that you are not them, because you're looking as if it's another thing.
You're just reflecting on yourself.
So we're getting to the point of the basic thing we talk about in the Sunroom is existence itself, the nature of existence itself, the nature of self, and the most important lesson that I think exists is understanding self and focusing on self, the one who is the witness. If you are not the thoughts or your possessions or all these things you think about yourself, your gender, your age, your name, your all these things in life that can change your relationships, then what are you? What is the same now that always has been and always will be? It's the eternal self. And that's what we're talking about here today.
Yes, it's like, how do we control that when it's so easy for us to get caught up back into our old thought patterns and our old routines? Even when that old friend that we know is bad for us that comes around and we just think it's going to be different, but they're still doing the same thing they did before they left. Why do we always go backwards? I strongly believe that there is levels in life that you come across. But life is just like the game of Mario Kart and Mario. Because when you let the computer do it for you, you will see the littlest jumps, the littlest walks. But when you're playing the game, you fail like 50 times before you can even cross the board. And you're over here thinking, like, why is the computer making it look so easy? Because what if it is really that easy? And we just overcomplicate things because our minds and our internal self won't allow us to make it easy. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Like, ever since I let the computer do it for me when I played a game of Mario with my daughter, and I literally followed the computer's way after I saw how it was done, I completed it as if I was the computer. It was so weird. I literally did everything systematically of how the computer did it, even the jumps, because once the controller's in your hand, you have to press A to jump. The computer ain't going to jump for you. But it's like knowing when to jump, knowing how high to jump, knowing when to double click. That those are all the things that we have to teach our minds to cross that board and to get into that tunnel. Because as long as we keep thinking that we know something and we never take any advice from anybody, because us as men, we are alpha, and females are also competitive. Women are very competitive. And they like to look good, smell good, dress good, and so do us men. So it's like, you know, when are we gonna slow down in our minds and start thinking for ourselves and our internal happiness and our internal peace, and stop letting an outside force allow it to ruin our days, ruin our life, let a person ruin our life? You know what I'm saying? Like, relationships. Oh, she did this to me. Now this is the way that I am. Like, I turned to drugs because this person did this to me. So I'll show them. No, you're not showing them nothing. All you're doing is showing yourself that you cannot handle your emotions. That you like to mask your emotions. Because a sober mind is a clear mind, like Jeff said. And that was very logical how you said that.
Well, I think you're getting into an important point when we're talking about self, is that when you come to recognize the self, there's two things that I heard in what you said. One is that you have to have persistence. It's hard at first because your mind tells you it's hard. It gives the perception that it's hard. So, but if you just go back to it, if you key in on what we're talking about, and touch that awareness, the awareness, who is the one that is there the entire time? Who is the stage in which this play of life plays out? If you keep going back and touching that, it will get easier over time. The second is, I think what you're saying is that stop focusing on other people. Is that in line with what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Okay. Stop focusing on other people. Because if we're out spending time, life will go on. Allow life to be life. Allow people to be who they are. stop. If you're spending all your time in your mind trying to direct everything, what people should be doing, what you should be doing, what this should be doing, what out directing traffic all day long, you're stuck in a place that's gonna get you nowhere. It's a road to nowhere.
You're a hamster in a cage.
You're a hamster in a cage. Absolutely. There is if you want the freedom, the freedom of self, the freedom of knowing who you are, the fulfillment of knowing self. The very first step, and really the real thing, the real deal, is letting go of that garbage. Letting go of what the mind has been feeding you your entire life.
And like you said, I like how you said the words, and I'm going to piggyback off that. Traffic directing. I spent all day saying, man, he should do this, he should do that. Well, if I was him, I would have done this, Don't do this, man. You're going to end up like this. I'm telling you, if I had his money, I would have just got that. Man, if I had his girlfriend, I would have treated her like, can't believe the way he's treating her. Man, she's beautiful. I would die to have her, and I'm not even worried about self. I'm just trying to put myself in all these different pairs of shoes like I'm at Foot Locker. Man, how would it be to feel in all these different pairs of people's shoes, and I could just direct their lives around? And here, my life is beating senseless, doing the same thing, because that's all I'm doing every day, is directing traffic, thinking my way. My mind is telling me, well, this is the way to do it, and people should follow this way, And I'm not trying to tell people what to do. My mind is telling me, man, these people should be doing this. I don't understand why they're not doing it like this, And when I'm at home at night resting, life's going on. People are doing what they want to do. For example, I say, anything. It happens time over and time over again, constantly, all day long, and nothing's going to change. I'm not focusing on myself. I'm not focusing on my awareness. I'm just too much into other people's, I don't know if it's other people's business or other people's, I'm trying to get into their minds, trying to help change, and I think I'm trying to help them, but it's not even helping them, because half the time these people could care less, So what I need to do is find a way my mind can function at a level spiritually, be at peace with myself, not to do, be, or say, try new things. The perception is hard. Can't be gallivanting around. What do you think, Sean?
I think you're absolutely right. Eric, he covered a lot, and I would really like your input on that, because it's, a little deeper than how I could respond to that. Because I get stuck in that kind of pattern too, where I always think that I have the best advice, which I do. But I can't take my own advice sometimes. I've gotten way better at it now. But when I was younger, I was always like, well, wash your windows on your car, but I'd never wash mine. Oh, you should vacuum your floor, but I'd never vacuum mine. Oh, you should do your dishes, mine are piled. Or I'll be over a friend's house and doing those things that I should be doing at my house, but I'm doing it for them. I'm helping them clean their house. I'm helping them walk their dog. I'm helping them do their chores. Trying to make their life easier to show them that I appreciate them. When really, when I've had nothing, they were never there for me. And they've showed me that. Oh, bro, here, you can use all my stuff. But then when I need something, it's, oh, man. Damn, I ain't got nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? It hurts. Because it's like, damn, I did all this for you.
You can't want me.
And yeah. No, it's like, yeah, for real. It's like, dude, I've washed your windows without even, just to look out. Without even saying I was going to do it. I just started doing it. because I saw that there was an issue there. But then when I see there's an issue on my window, I leave the fingerprints. And nobody will ever come wash my windows, bro.
Tired. Your mind's tired. By that time, you're so tired.
No, but it's like, why would I even put myself around them people to even help them before I even took care of what I had to take care of?
Your good nature.
Why? Why?
That's your way.
Why am I trying to help you with your boots, but I'm not getting my boots? Oh, bro, I know the best pair, but I don't even have a pair for myself. Yeah, get these ones. Perfect. They're so comfortable. And all I did was go try them on. I never bought them. But here I am directing everybody to what they need to do. But then I never do it.
It's the mind beating yourself senseless.
You know, and then you watch these motivational videos of these people telling you how to do it without the logic behind it and about the thinking that we do in the sunroom with Eric. Because what he does is he breaks it down in a logical way to help you get inside of your mind versus him just saying, go for your dreams. This is the sunroom. You know, we're over here like, you know, why do you want to go for your dreams? What do you feel like you're going to accomplish when you do go for your dreams? And then are you going to be satisfied after that? And it's always like, until our time runs out, because all we are is time in an hourglass. When the sand is in the bottom, all them thoughts that you had earlier today, all the thoughts I had and Eric had, all that sand that's in the bottom now, we can't go back and bring it back to the top. So we have to learn how to have that balance and live in the middle, which is the moment, which is right now, and say, you know, how are we enjoying this time? What are we doing here? Because I've been getting a lot better with that about this moment, because what's going to happen in an hour is going to happen in an hour, but I'm not at the hour yet, you know?
Right.
What do you think, Eric?
I'm kind of curious. When I point to the idea of the awareness itself without thoughts of identification, what is, you know, so that I can understand what other people feel about this, can you identify with what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
What it is like the awareness is like to actually dig deep into yourself and into your heart, into your gut, into your mind, and really ask yourself these questions about, why am I thinking the way that I'm thinking? What is causing me to think this way? And the more that I keep doing this, the more that I'm learning about the observer.
Right.
Because
the awareness, the observer, right.
Because it's like, I feel like there's multiple observers. The sad observer, the mad observer, like the multiple person, like, you know, like, but what is causing us to be that way, you know? What is causing us to flip that switch and be such in a joyous mood? And then if we get around a person, or if we have something happen, or if we have a minor setback, now our whole persona changed, and now we diminish the moment, and we look back to the past as if that's what we have right now. And it's like, that's what we had. You know what I'm saying? But we don't have that right now, because what's done is done. Like, you know, what a pencil eraser can only get so far before you have to get a new pencil, or you have to just get another eraser. You can't replenish those shavings and make a brand new eraser back. So it's like, letting go is the hard thing. And sitting with those emotions of letting go, because we are so stuck on moving forward that it's, you know, the sunroom is really like helping me out a lot to really dig deep into myself in a calmly manner, versus if I did it, you did it, we can all do it. Boom.
Yeah.
Hurry up. Go, go, go. It's like, for what? Because who really cares but you? You know? Because that's what they want in their life. What we want is understanding to give to other people so they can feel at one with themselves about how they think when they come into situations or circumstances to what we relate to.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like this is very motivational because you have a lot of knowledge and information that you have spent countless hours researching and actually practicing in your day-to-day life, that you are able to actually show the world now what that mission is, because everybody has a mission. And I feel like this is your gift, because we're all given a gift in this world. You know, some people have like the gift of gab, some people have the gift of like love, some people have the gift of like friendships, you know. And it's like, but some people just have that gift into making the universe a better place. Like people who actually care and actually want to do better and want to hear our content and want to support us and subscribe to us, because without them we wouldn't be where we are and have the topics that we have, because without comments and without other opinions on what other people's issues are having, then, you know.
Yeah, I like what you said on, I think what you're talking about is acceptance, but about moving on.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that would be an important point of letting go of what the mind is gnawing at you about, because your ego forms this false the word is not coming to me. It forms what you have to be, or what things have to be like for you, instead of, so the mind causes you to be at the guard, at the door, standing guard, trying to make things how you imagine them to be.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And it's never good enough. Never ever good enough. But what if, no matter what anybody did or what life did, it's fine. It doesn't even register with you. You just let life be life. You, at that point, you become unassailable. There's nothing that can touch you. And what else happens is, because you're not trying to direct traffic and guard the door all the time, then anything can come to you. You're not stopping up the good things in your life because you're trying to assert your dominance over it. You allow things to flow for you.
Right, like the waves in like the water in the ocean.
Sure.
I think if we take these thoughts that our mind has been beating us up senseless over time, and if there's a way we could take these thoughts and recycle them into thoughts of healing, so we don't lose all these thoughts in the bottom of the sand hourglass and they're gone, and all they are is thoughts that just kept beating us up. If we could take that sand and put it to the back at the top of the glass, but let it heal us, turn it from beating up thoughts to healing thoughts somehow, is what I'm trying to figure out. I think that would be very helpful, you know, in growing and having peace and awareness with myself. What do you think about recycling your thoughts and changing them from negative, taking them old thoughts, using them again, recycling them like we recycle everything else, and making it heal us? Wouldn't that be great?
If we could get rid of fear. We're all scared little boys in this big man body. We're scared to talk to that woman that's so beautiful. We're scared to make that change because our minds are telling us that, oh my gosh, danger zone, error, stop. And then we end up listening to it. When really, if we just built up the faith and courage it takes to do the things like you said, recycling the thoughts. If you weren't so scared, you would have bended that. Recycle them. Where did you go wrong? What am I not going to do? What good came out of this? What good didn't? What to stay away from? Who to stay away from? You have went through so many situations and solutions. Now you can look back and know how to weed the garden without getting rid of every plant, without getting rid of all the topsoil. What if you just need a little bit of mulch here, a little bit of mulch there?
Sometimes the garden weeds itself out.
The garden will weed itself out with chemicals.
Just let it go.
Let it all go.
Let
Right.
it all just flow.
But
Let the weeds come and go as they please.
But listen, when they come and go as they please, why are you allowing them? Oh, yeah, you're right. Directing traffic.
Mm.
Directing traffic. Directing traffic. I never thought of that, Eric. That is crazy. I was meant to hear that today. Directing traffic.
Mm.
Letting go of, this is mine. Oh, my gosh. Stop. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Because you're always going to be in a state of, what's the word?
Anxiety.
A state of, like,
Not a race.
what? Yes.
Some type of hypertension. I
Hypertension,
don't know. It's your mind.
anxiety, fear. Fear.
Might be part
It's
of it.
like-
Could be.
It's like
It's possible that that's involved.
it's like when you hit turbulence on a plane, and everybody freaks out and the masks drop, and it's like, oh my god, it's like hyperventilating,
But then-
hyperventilating in life,
okay.
and you don't even realize
a
it.
little bit of turbulence. No big deal.
Yes, no
Ladies
big
and
deal.
gentlemen.
Boom, let it go. Plane crashes, it crashes.
Right.
It was meant to be. Let nature do its course.
Make your last phone call.
Let nature do its course.
But we gotta recycle these bad thoughts that are beating us up senseless.
We got to recycle the thoughts that are beating us up senseless, but why do you feel like we got to go back to anything? Let it go. Why are you saying
not
recycle?
holding on.
Why are, you know what recycling is? Is taking something and turning it into the same thing used from the old thing,
But better.
but better, decomposable. So now you're just a better piece of crap.
No, I don't think. No, you're not a better. You're turning it in from garbage to actually something you can utilize. You know.
And decompose.
Well, everything decomposes. You know, at one point or another.
No, listen.
You know, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to think of a way we
There-
could recycle our thoughts because we learned so much from them, whether it did us good, harm, beat us
You're
upset.
not letting it go.
Well, you are letting it
No,
go.
you're not.
You're turning it into something good now. So you're not holding on to that thought. You're letting that thought go and turning it into something
you
that
hold on to
heals your life, heals you, betters you. Find your love, find your peace, find your joy, find your happiness, find yourself, find your awareness. You're turning it into stuff that will be feel good things. So you're not directing traffic. You're watching back, looking at the traffic. You know.
Knowing the outcome,
Watching
but
the-
not saying nothing because letting everybody go through what they got
Yeah,
to go through.
I can't
but
sit
then
there-
If somebody comes to you and
Quit
says,
trying to control everything constantly, you know?
in your head though.
In my
Not-
head.
Not outside.
Not
in your
literally,
head.
in my head.
Yes.
Right. In your head, not controlling the traffic.
That's exactly it. Now I want to address what you're trying to say, and I think, or what you're saying about recycling the thoughts.
Yeah.
And I'll say it this way, and I think it kind of hits towards what you're saying. There's two basic types of meditation at the core. There's tons of different types of meditation, but there's two basic types. One is an Eastern type of meditation, and that's in line with what we're talking about. You're looking for the source of self. You're looking for what actually you can never see because you are what you're looking for. You are looking for the observer. You can identify yourself as the observer and therefore let go of all these things that you thought were self but were really only causing you suffering.
Okay.
Basically it's all the rantings of the mind.
Right, the Eastern type of meditation.
Now, the Western type of meditation is more of an affirmative meditation. An affirmative meditation simply means that you're in your quieted state of mind. You're repeating a mantra. This is also this is the basis of a lot of therapies that I get into. Is that you're using the process. You're using the mind to get your outcome, as opposed to the mind working against you. You're using the mind to work for you.
Yes.
Right.
Recycling thoughts. Using the mind to work for you.
You're basically rewriting the script.
Yes.
Right. You're saying this is what you're going to say about this event, or this is what you're going to say in this situation.
You're taking the book and turning it into a movie.
Sure. You're saying that I'm going to tell you what to say at the specific times because this is what I want you to say. Is that getting to what you're saying?
Yeah. You're getting your outcome that you want by doing it, by taking the same and turning it into a healing way, a more relaxing way for your mind to operate.
And so the way to do that would be, it is,
the Western meditation.
It's a Western style meditation, affirmative meditation. It's reciting mantras and reciting different things, but essentially you're retraining your mind like flashcards. Whatever, you're training yourself to say the things that are going to be beneficial for you to hear yourself say.
Right. Now it says 4 plus 4, but now the 8 is going to turn into...
Right. It's like
neon 8.
It's flashcards.
It's something you can see now.
Yeah.
Right.
It's flashcards. Yeah.
But it's like, what do we got to do to start developing that, and how do we know what is going to work best for us? With the meditation and the Western and the Eastern types of meditation.
The Western type meditation would definitely be the place to start.
The Western type?
Always start with something affirmative. Yeah, because learning to do learning to do what we're talking about with your mind is a little bit more advanced. We're going for the meat of it with what we're starting to talk about, because we're pulling no punches. We're saying this is where we're going with this.
Yes.
Right. I'm not trying to lead you into it like a kindergartner.
Yeah.
This is where we're going.
Yeah.
As far as getting your mind, if that seems like so absurd to you or out of reach, then right now the best way to go would be to use affirmative meditation to retrain your mind of what you want it to say so that it's beneficial to you. There are 1,001 mantras and prayers and different things you want to say. I didn't prepare one. You can look online. You can write your own. But the essential idea would be to just sit comfortably, and really to do this throughout the day. Start at first sitting comfortably, like this for a second, and figure out what you want to say. I am one with the universe. I'm not alone. I'm part of this whole thing. I am of existence itself. Whatever you want to say. I am loved. God loves me. That type of thing. Whatever works for you.
Positive.
Good stuff. The things you want to, and then use that time to start to trigger yourself to say that same thing throughout the day, so that when you find yourself beating yourself up, that will be a trigger for you to recite those positive things.
Yes, positive affirmations.
Yeah. Now, affirmations, some people say affirmations don't work, and here's why they say they don't work. It's because people will recite them every morning, and then the rest of the day they beat themselves up.
Yes.
That's why.
Yes.
Yeah. What we're talking about is retraining your mind to think differently all the time.
Yes, because if you do that in positive self-talk within a comfortable, cozy environment,
I got one.
It makes so much sense now.
I got it.
Because you're actually subconsciously putting a thought in your head.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I am loved, instead of saying, here are 4 things I'm grateful for. and then
Right.
and then going on with your day,
Right.
and then letting everything else determine how you feel. Oh, he said this, so now I'm sad.
Yeah, the problem is that your unconscious mind, or your subconscious, I call it the unconscious, because it's not really below anything. It's always there. It's running everything. And the unconscious mind is very loyal. So the thoughts that you feed it that allow it to get by, and the thoughts that you feed it over and over again, it believes. So it starts to believe the horse crap that you're feeding it, because you don't clean it up. So when you think all these terrible, we think all these terrible thoughts about ourselves, how do we feel? Feel
Horrible.
horrible, worthless. It doesn't get us anywhere good. You know, that's because your unconscious picks that up and believes you, and then plays that out, acts that out for you.
Yeah.
And your unconscious is responsible for your behavior, not your conscious mind.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, I got an example of recycling thoughts where, I would tell the dog to shut up, because it was barking. Well, I remember having a dog before, and I tell the dog to shut up in the past, and the kids would say, "Don't tell the dog to shut up. How would we like it if we told you to shut up?" And I said, "Wow, that's a good point." So now, when the dog barks, I say something different, like, "What?" Instead of "shut up," I say "what?" So I'm training my mind from something bad into something better that will be healing for me. It's good for me to not say the word "shut up" or swear and stuff like that. So if I can train my mind a different way, I say, "Oh wow, yeah, the kids were telling me, yeah, how would I like it if I told you to shut up?" No, I wouldn't like that very much. Well, how do you think the dog? Not only the dog, it just sounds bad. So I'm retraining my mind to do better, recycling my thought, thinking back of, okay, this was the outcome now, so this is what I'll do now. Maybe it'll get better. Ruff, ruff, ruff. What? So what sounds a lot better? What is a better outcome? What is more healing for me and for the people around me? For me to say "what" when the dog's barking, rather than me just saying "shut up," and everybody, wow.
Right.
Not just because I care what other people think. I'm just saying, just for me, in a way. You know what I mean?
It's actually a good example. Yeah.
What? That's very aggressive.
In a nice way, you're saying? You say it in a
what?
mean way, or?
Yeah, he's like, if I said what?
No, I didn't mean what. What do you want? What now? No. I was like, what? Like what?
No, listen.
No, like
How about
what?
this? How
What
about
are you
this?
barking at?
You get a
What?
bark. Come here, boy. Come on, let's get a treat. You want a treat? Good boy.
No, then
What's the matter? What's the matter?
No, now you're spending
Now,
time
no.
and effort and
What?
other things.
That's what it needs to do differently. Time, effort. You need to do that. He talked about sitting down, doing the Western part first, which is
Yeah, but
affirmative,
Be spending
which
all
means
day. I'm not talking
no,
about
time.
chasing a dog
It takes
with
2 minutes to
dog
give a dog a bone,
yeah,
not
constantly.
respond to it angrily. So the next time it knows it barks, you're gonna say what? It's gonna be like, oh my god,
He didn't say shut up.
oh my
to
god,
me.
I'm gonna go shit on his bed
No.
while he's at work.
No, I'm saying the dog. You don't say what. I'm saying
Do an
you
Amber
say
Heard
what?
with
What?
Johnny Depp.
You say what? What? Like what's up?
Yeah, what's
wrong?
up?
What's wrong?
Yeah,
What's wrong?
quieter,
Rather than shut
quieter.
up,
There you
Shut up.
go.
That just sounds bad.
Very aggressive.
So I'm changing my not to being an aggressive.
And
one.
people
It
who
doesn't
have
to
an
be
issue with swear
aggressive
words
one.
and swearing, they could work on that first. If they do,
Well, some people it doesn't even bother. So I'm not gonna.
yes,
be
it does
directing
because it's very directing traffic, trashy
Well,
swearing.
it is a lot of.
You never seen any successful person have a very sweary mouth. They always catch their words.
No, you're wrong.
Eric,
Because
do you
I
swear?
watch it- I'll watch a football game, basketball. They all fuck. Oh shit, motherfuck. They're talking to other players. So people swear.
Competitive. They're in a game
Yeah.
mode. They're like, oh my god. But
Who
at a
catch-
dinner?
Who catches their words?
Who catches some words? Who are they?
Oh,
Wait.
yourself.
You
No,
catching?
no, I
you're
didn't hear
catching
the word that
words.
you said.
Yeah, why don't you take the mic?
If they think they're gonna swear, or
Who
if
are you
they
talking about?
Jareth
No.
in traffic.
Oh no, that's not. I mean, if that's what you're catching, if you're catching yourself, I was actually saying, just who are you talking about?
Oh, like how like he was talking about Jeff when he was talking about like swear words, and instead of using those, and he was like, "That's way better," and you know what I mean. And I'm like,
Oh
well,
yeah.
So with that, like, it's a very bad vocabulary to have when you're talking with new people, or when you're talking in business, or when you're talking just with anybody. To be using those kind of words in a conversation shows that you really have no education, because you don't know any word smarter than a easy swear word. When you could tighten up your vocabulary and take communication classes and watch, us more, so you can learn the words of the wise.
We're not trying to change our behavior pattern. We're changing our thought pattern first.
That's both. That's gonna come
Okay,
together.
thought pattern is first. Behavior will come.
With it.
That's correct. With it, yeah.
Yeah.
After it's
Okay, but my main thing, I was just trying to say recycling thoughts. A good example. Instead of telling a dog to shut up, I'm thinking back at the past of that negative stuff in the hourglass at the sand at the bottom. I'm putting them back at the top. I'm not holding on to anything. I'm just recycling it, turning it into something more healing for myself, to have a better me. Looking at the self. The kids aren't anywhere around. And I'm just telling myself, say what to the dog? What? Ruff, what? Like, what did I do? What's going on? What are you barking? Just what? I don't have to go pet it, give it a treat, give it a bath, take it for a walk. I'm scared if it's going to shit on my bed. No, I don't have to do any of that. All I'm doing is taking my old thoughts, the way it wasn't working out before. Nobody's watching me. Now I'm saying it to the dog, the only ones in the room, what? Instead of me saying, shut up to the dog. And that's all.
You want to take a quick break? All right. Let's take a break. We'll come back in 5 minutes.
Quick break, 5 minutes.
Think about that.